Today we'll be walking through the longest tunnel that's open to the public in the UK. The railway that they were built for closed in 1966, but they were reopened by Sustrans and the Two Tunnels Group in 2013 as an eco-friendly way to cycle to the city. Back in the days of steam and smoke, the quarter-mile-long Devonshire tunnel and the dreaded mile-long Combe Down tunnel proved to be much more deadly.
Hello and welcome to a very cold January day. Ooh, echo. In Somerset. We're in Somerset, right?
Hope so.
We are walking the Two Tunnels cycleway. That's a bridge, not one of the tunnels. It's a nice little three-arch bridge with Cotswold stone. It's a very long cycleway which starts in Bath city centre and goes along the route of the former Somerset-Dorset joint railway down towards Evercreech Junction, where the line then splits off either to go to Bristol or down to Bournemouth through Dorset. So a little bit out of our way, but it was worth coming today when all the railways are closed. Go and see an abandoned one. They're closed anyway. So what I'm really looking forward to is seeing the actual two tunnels though. We've been to the other end at Midford where the viaduct is, where the Tipfield Thunderbolt was filmed, but we've not been to this end where the tunnels are. Just didn't have time, so another one to check off the list. And I think already I can see one of the tunnels, so that's good. This means we're going the right way. Da, da, da. Tunnel lights are switched on. It's a bit sus. Ooh. Into the darkness.
Looks like it's been proper crash.
It does. Goodbye light, it was nice knowing you. So, it said there's lights in here, but clearly not many. This is probably not somewhere you'd want to come at night. But it is a very good eco-friendly way of getting into Bath, because Bath and Bristol are absolutely awful for parking and driving, we've found. This does mean you can cycle in to the city on a nice day and soak up some history. The fact that a massive bit of infrastructure like this, which is just short of 150 years old, is like just here and open to the public, is incredible. Like, you could pay so much to go and see like caves and do like guided tours, but this is just at your own leisure, part of your everyday cycle. This could be your commute to work. I think we need some light because we are walking in the dark. God said let there be light. There we go. You can see these little ducats at the side here with some absolutely not original graffiti.
What was the duckets used for?
Ducks. When ducks came here to shelter from the rain, they sort of hid. These are basically for like workmen and plate layers repairing the track. If they were stuck in here and a train was coming through, you hide. Exactly. I don't actually know if that's where the name came from, but now you mention it.
Ducking, yeah.
It's not the best design because like they built them in a little bit with these concrete bits. But that was to prevent people, one, sleeping in them, and two, from urinating in them. Look how long this goes on for. It's just like we're in a Bond film or something. It's going to like some secret nuclear base. Creepy. There's some like bits that just go into the wall there. Not sure if that's like missing brick or something. And this was obviously boarded up for a long time. It's only, I think it was 2013 this opened to the public. And all those years before, since the Somerset Dorset Railway closed, this was just left underground. And considering that, it's actually in pretty good condition. There's like the obvious signs of like water getting through, but you get that with any tunnel. But generally, a lot more sound compared to a lot of tunnels I've been in. And believe me, I've been in many tunnels. It's also remarkably warm. I thought it'd be absolutely freezing down here because we're travelling.
It's going to rain today.
It did say it was going to rain today, and I was like, I know where we can go that's underground and sheltered. So this is the Devonshire tunnel, currently going uphill from Bath. The trains used to have to climb this very steep hill out of Bath. It doesn't seem it seems very flat now. There's a very steep grade, especially for like heavy goods trains and such. And they would actually have to be banked because it couldn't manage it on its own a lot of the time. It's one of the rare occasions where two engines could be in the same section at once, as the banker came up to as far as the next tunnel we're going to go to, and then reverse back down to Bath Green Park. We're at the end of that tunnel, into the daylight. Small brickworks up there. I don't know if there's like a water storage or something. That's the entrance to Devonshire Tunnel. Obviously, like, the ground's changed a lot since where they've rebuilt it, but you can still see it's like kind of on a gradient. Got an old telegraph pole here, which would have followed the entire line. You know, you gotta look up sometimes and realise that pieces like that are still there. And you know, if you look in old photos, they'll be exactly where they are now, which is just insane. So Holly's just read the information sign and she said, really, they should just leave the railway line there. Like, why did they close it? It would be so useful to go from Bournemouth all the way up to Bristol and Bath. Yeah, it would. It's quite a shame it's closed, but I think it's a little too late to build another railway line to go back there again. But yeah, as a transport link, it's really missing a lot going from sort of north to south in the west. So that would have been good, but this was a very difficult line when it was open. Very steep, very challenging for the loco crews. Maybe in the era of diesel and electric it might have been different. Who knows? Even then, like, infrastructure wise, a lot of it's single track. All of the infrastructure's over 150 years old, so you know, it would take a lot to reopen something like this. Just went over yet another bridge. So much is just still left, all the things. A lot of the time they'll like demolish them or fill them in. Looking at you, Highways England. But yeah, you can also kind of see how steep the line was. An old little store for keeping ballast. Lots of little bits and pieces around. So, ignore my coffee. We're now approaching Combe Down Tunnel. Just going over another bridge. There's a lot of bridges and tunnels. So it must have been a very expensive line to build. This is Combe Down Tunnel. Roughly where I'm standing now is where the gradient eased off, where the bankers would have headed back down to Bath. 1,672 metres long, so just over a mile. You are here. Yeah. Ow. Alright, I was filming the sign and I spilt coffee all over me. Fantastic. This trailway is a lot quieter than I thought it was going to be. There's like the odd cyclist and sort of runner coming through, or family, dog walking, whatever, but they're generally quite quiet, so it's probably not somewhere I'd recommend coming on your own, especially in the dark, but still, it's nice if you want to come and check out some history just left in the very peaceful areas of Somerset and Dorset. So yes, this is Combe Down Tunnel, opened in 1874, and it was the longest tunnel in the UK to not have any ventilation. Usually when building a tunnel you'd have ventilation shafts dug as the tunnel's being built and they'd sort of cut outwards from there, but this one didn't. They just cut straight through the hillside for a mile on a single track, and as you can see it's not very tall. If you think of how tall a steam engine is coming through here, there is not a lot of room between the top of the chimney and the top of the tunnel roof. And this caused a lot of problems because steam engines make steam and smoke, and a lot of it when they're going uphill. As I mentioned, this is the top of the incline before it descends down into Bath to the north, and heavy goods trains and passenger trains coming through here had to work quite hard, and they wouldn't have had a banker coming up this way. And one very catastrophic event happened which started in this tunnel.
On the 20th of November 1929, a 7F climbed the gradient into the tunnel with a heavy goods train. With no ventilation and the engine working hard, having stopped at Midford, the driver and fireman went unconscious due to the smoke. The engine managed to reach the top of the hill on its own, and then raced down the other side, crashing into the goods yard at Bath Green Park and killing the driver and two shunters. A similar runaway train later destroyed signals at Midford before derailing in a similar spot. To prevent such serious accidents happening again, trains were demanded to either have stricter load restrictions or to have extra bankers to assist. The 7F involved in the incident, number 53809, is still around today at the North Norfolk Railway. But back to the tunnel itself.
It's also quite interesting to see just like the different types of brick that were used. You've got sort of these massive cut stones which you'd see quite often in Bath, and then red brick up at the top. Makeshift repairs, but yeah, it's quite interesting just seeing like the life that structures like this had, you know, having to be used constantly. Shall we go in? Can't go over it, can't go under it.
Oh, no. How did you go?
Through it. Chuff, 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 chuff. Who knows? So this is Combe Down Tunnel.
We'll take a closer look on the way back, but here's us speed walking through the tunnel at 1 minute per second.
Well, you've been walking non-stop for 17 minutes. That's how long it takes to walk through the Combe Down Tunnel. Probably quicker if you took the train. Ah, daylight. Oh, what a strange sight. Amazing, you can see the tunnel there and like the retaining wall, and then over the viaduct. So this now is Tucking Mill Viaduct. Down there is Tucking Mill Reservoir. Nice little view. It's nice, there is a path down there where you can walk and actually see the viaduct. When you're going over it, you can't really appreciate what's here. Down that way is towards Midford Station, where we've been before, and then the other way is to the south portal of Combe Down Tunnel. Tucking Mill Viaduct. So yeah, what I said about the tunnel being like well protected, you can definitely like hear the water, and then every so often you just get raindrops on you. It's like, ah! You actually see like water trickling down. Ooh. I would definitely recommend coming here with a bike instead of like hiring one from Bath. There's a door. Not scary at all. Goes on for a bit. I wonder if there's like an access shaft or something. You can see like the change of brick as well. It's like that's just like the pure rock. You get these little reminders every so often to remind you how far you've not walked yet. It's so quiet. It's so strange. These are the things that play music. They are very scary, in my humble opinion. Not even really related. I thought they'd play like train sound effects. It's just classical music. It's like the tunnel in the original Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the river boat scene. Just need Gene Wilder coming around here with a top hat. It's so scary. Definitely just feel like quite a claustrophobic space, like for such a long tunnel to be single track, and even then just really only just the width and height of an engine. You can definitely see the music's kind of ruining the tone. You can definitely see why there was problems with smoke inhalation in here on such a steep gradient. Bit of rail. Suddenly got a lot wider. We were about 200 metres away from the north portal. There's this one bit where it just opens out. But as I say, there wasn't a ventilation shaft, so I've no idea why that's there. Maybe the rock there was like really loose, but just suddenly happens out. The rest of it down there has been very narrow for a train. Yeah, there's the light at the end of the tunnel nearly there. But imagine the echo of a steam engine working really hard through here. You're hearing it a mile away. That's incredible. And we're out again. Oh, and it's raining. Maybe we stay in the tunnel. Oh dear.
I don't usually appear and commentate in this series, but when you're walking through a mile of darkness, I thought it better to talk through the experience live. There is a new guide rail on the first Friday of every month, so subscribe to see more of the world's steam-powered history. I'd greatly appreciate if you supported the channel too by becoming a patron to make future videos possible. Follow the link in the description to get a range of rewards. And Happy New Year!
Well, beans and chips are good, yeah.
But I wouldn't just have a bowl of beans.
No, well, neither would I, yeah. It's pretty much like a sauce, isn't it? It's like it makes something dry more tolerable. I'm not going to use the sound in this clip, but it's going to be very funny listening back when I'm editing. You're like, what the hell are we talking about? Beans.
Many thanks to my brilliant channel patrons: Alex Goodman, GBH Train, D0280 Falcon, Sean Tempest, Random Thomas Fan, Ego, Dark White 73, and Andrew Dyack.